So Zach just watched Jury Duty. You ever had Jury Duty?
I've never been appointed, but I know our sister Addie gets appointed like it's
Addie gets
jelly
appointed.
beans.
It's
I don't know what that means. Addie gets appointed a lot. I've never been appointed. But
Never been appointed either.
Is it because I don't have like a set address? Do they just not?
You don't have an address?
I don't
You're
know.
just a
Like I've never
wandering nomad.
I've never put my address in the mail to be like, yo, this is where I'm at. I think they just think I'm a nomad.
You have an ID.
Yeah.
It has an address on it. I think it would probably go to mom and dad's. You might not be it because it's Meriwether, and I bet they have like very few cases.
Shout out to Meriwether.
Yeah, they have guys on City Hall.
Oh, so it's about the county that you're in.
Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta get called that. You
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want to
gonna
be.
stay in Meriwether.
Yeah, Fulton County. Then you got all of Atlanta. Meriwether. One time, I was eating lunch at the courthouse, and there was this guy, Mr. Parts, and he was wearing a bifold sign over himself, and it said, "Do the crime, hold the sign." And he had to wear it. Yeah, it was like something out of the 1800s.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm just eating my sandwich, and I'm like, "Good." And he goes, I'm Mr. Parts."
I diddled some kids.
Actually, he drunk drove, and he
Really?
goes,
And they just made
it was hilarious. It was like the best lunch I ever had.
man,
He
Meriwether.
said, I said, "So what's going on here? What you got?" He goes, you
Yeah, he
know.
had to tell you.
Yeah, he said,
That was
you
part
know,
of it.
yeah. He said, "Well, you know, I was driving and I was drunk as a skunk." He said, and I got pulled over by an officer, and I know everyone in Meriwether County. I know everyone. He goes, and we're sitting at a roundabout. He's at City Hall, and he's got to wear this in front of everyone. And he goes, and I know everyone in Meriwether County. And these cars start driving around the roundabout, and he goes, "Mary, Bob."
No. That reminds me, so I'm leaving my parents' house, and
Yeah.
I'm turning right, and I see a cop behind me, and he's following me for like the last 3 miles, right?
Yeah.
So at this point in my life, I have a spare tire on the back of my truck
Uh-huh.
that my dad thought was just the most ingenious thing. And I said, "Dad, please don't put this." It was like
He's still obsessed with that thing.
no,
he's talking
he's
about
a total dude.
He's talking about putting it on his own truck. To this day, he brought that up to me.
He's insane.
And I was like, "Don't
He's
do that."
Absolutely insane. I thought up until what you just told me, he was just effing with me.
No, he's dead serious.
Because Dad was like, "Oh, I think it's gonna be the coolest thing ever. Like nobody has this." And I'm like,
On the off
"There's
chance you have
reason."
the off chance you have a flat tire, check this
You don't
out.
gotta-
You don't gotta do
you
anything. You
gotta
just
wind it down.
pop it right off.
Yeah. So the cops pull me over, and they're like, "Hey, man, you were kind of swerving there for a minute." And I was like, "Yeah, it was because
Yeah, you're scaring the shit out of me.
because you were following me for the last 4 miles." And he said, "You didn't know I was behind you." And I said, "I got a rear view mirror, don't I?" And he was like, "Okay, well, I need you to step out of the car and take this breathalyzer." Another cop pulls up,
Yeah.
and like I'm sober as a snail.
Yeah.
So another cop pulls up, they breathalyze me. They're like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. Like your guy pulled me over. I'm sitting
guy
here
here."
trying to comply, and you guys are just messing with me at this point." And all I know is I would have rather had the sign.
Oh yeah, you should have done held the
Sober
sign.
driving.
So-
I didn't do anything wrong.
Mr. Parts gets out of the. He gets pulled over. Officer comes up. He says he knows everyone. He goes. He rolls down the window and he goes, "Take me to jail, officer." Opens up the
Did
door.
he say like Officer Brown?
Yeah, like he
he
knew
was
him.
like,
I think he might have
"Listen."
not even said his first name.
He was like, "Listen, Jeremy,
"Take me to jail, Derek."
you got me.
Like he opened the door, beer cans fall out,
What are you doing, man?
and he told me like,
Beer
"Yeah,
cans falling out?
in Meriwether County, you can
That
just
seems extravagant."
do this for 72 hours, avoid jail time."
Yeah, and also like $15,000 worth of fines and like a year of probation.
Yeah.
Every alcoholic needs to move to Meriwether County.
Got to keep on watching, folks, and that we do.
That we do. Sometimes it's
watched-
strenuous, sometimes it's tough, but we do it for y'all.
Not one of the tough times. This was an enjoyable watch.
We had a full season to watch, and we didn't have to take like strenuous notes.
I didn't take any notes. I said, you know what? I'm going to go this one off the cuff.
Really?
Yeah, watched the whole show, and I was like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Try that on for size.
Oh boy.
We watched
I hope
Jury
you do
Duty.
okay.
Alluded to it before. It's on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you have to watch with commercials. Do you have to
Yeah,
have
which
Amazon?
is super freaking douche.
Is there a different thing like Amazon Prime Plus?
No, I think it's just like
Everyone watches commercials?
I think it's like they have all those freebie commercials at. I think if you have freebie, you watch it for free, G. But like I think that
I didn't know
we're
what the
getting
hell
screwed.
those commercials
the
didn't teach me
funniest thing.
anything.
That's the funniest thing
Freebie.
of all
I was
time.
just like,
Okay, not gonna buy it.
what is that?
Same with Peacock.
There's too much Paramount.
Like if I want to watch The Office again from season 1 to season 8 or however many it
Yeah.
ended, I'm just gonna buy.
I'm gonna buy them out of spite.
Yeah, I'll buy them out of spite.
I will buy them out of spite.
I am not going to Peacock.
No way.
That's one too many for me.
It's too many. What
And
they
Netflix
need to
just pisses
do,
me off regardless. But I'm telling you,
what they need to do
I'm
is
not getting
consolidate
Peacock.
them all to one, and you have one same remote, and you push
would be
guide, and you just search all the channels that they all offer.
you know it'd be Amazon, right?
Well, that's just
Like
describing
Amazon would
television.
just like buy
Yeah, they
buy
should.
out all those people. But HBO's got it figured out.
HBO slaps.
Yeah, they got the news.
All right, quick. The news. I thought you said the news at first. Quick rating of your tops,
On what? Which
like your favorite streaming sites. HBO number one.
Maybe number 1.
Yeah, I think
Hulu,
so.
close number 2.
Hulu.
I like Hulu.
What do we got on there?
Rick and Morty.
Ah,
Television series, a lot of animated series, which I like. I like animated films.
they got your anime on Netflix though. You're still not a fan?
They have like pish posh animes on.
Oh, I feel like all the ones you guys talk about.
Oh, they have like season 1 through 8 of One Piece, but
yeah.
where's the rest of the 50?
Yeah.
There's 50 more.
Oh, so it doesn't have all of One Piece on there?
Are you dumb? There's like 100 episodes of One Piece. I'm sorry.
I did not know how many they had on Netflix. I know there's 10,000 in existence and like
There's like
3,000 in the pipeline. I don't even know.
1,560.
I was talking to this guy who liked anime at Taylor's friend's graduation party. And not even he could watch One Piece because he says it's too time consuming and too many episodes.
How old is he?
He's like my age.
I mean, just figure out your priorities.
Yeah, I think we got them figured out correctly.
No, because you guys are worried about your kids and your jobs when you should be worried about the best television show of all time.
Word on the street is there's a correlation between liking anime and becoming transgender. Got something to tell me? You little penis tuck-in freak.
That was mad crazy. Stay tuned. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
I might tuck it eventually. I tuck it for fun already. Just put that shit behind your legs. Do a little Kill Bill action.
Buffalo Bill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this
I
is
know
what
you
I
want to be.
Oh, this is what I would look like as a girl.
That's how I start every morning. What would be the girl version of Zach?
Kind of looking at him.
You're a dick.
What do you mean by that question?
I mean, like John, it would be like Josanna.
Oh yeah, so close.
What would be another one?
Johanna.
Johanna. Yeah. You'd have to switch
Joan.
more than just
Joan would be a
Joan.
good one. Yeah, I would be like Joan of Arc.
Thomas, I could get one off of Thomas.
You'd be like
Thomas.
Zara.
Zora?
Zora's
I
good.
like that.
Yeah. Hey.
Is that who I am?
Is that what I've been
Is
all
that what I've
along?
been missing?
Well,
I sit here going 9 to 5,
That's
week
just-
after week. All I need to do is go by Zahana.
don't think
Set
that
for
one
life.
works. Oh, goodness. Jury duty, blackmail, pink slip. every time I say jury duty, I can't help but say that.
Jury duty.
Jury duty, blackmail, pink slip. You know what that's from?
Yeah, the Grinch.
Nailed it. You want to give your plot summary?
Sure. You ready?
Yep.
This series dives into the human mind and how much we can screw with it. While one man believes he is making true relationships in a setting that no one wants to be in, it is truly a cheap trick set up at his own expense. The jury is fake, the hotel management is fake, and the restaurants they visit are fake. They eventually get compensated. He eventually gets compensated with $100,000, which will probably cover his therapy and the other mental issues he faces along his remaining journey of life. Are the cameras off? Am I Truman? Is my life a lie? Here's $100,000 to forget about it.
Good one.
I mean,
This would
be tough to let go of.
He's been in interviews saying that.
I know.
Yeah.
Truman showed a real man.
Yeah, pretty nuts.
That's so douche.
Yeah. It was
But
good.
I loved it.
Yeah. All right, let me read mine. A jury is summoned and a court case commences. Only catch is everyone on the jury, except one Ronald Gladden, are paid actors. Crazy occurrences, awkward interactions, and hysterical moments ensue. All the while, Ronald has no idea the entire operation is a ploy. Ronald is the perfect candidate for the show. You could not have picked a more kind, more innocently oblivious, more down-to-earth fellow. And perhaps that's too big of a coincidence. A scandal? An outrage? Perhaps. I'm not claiming anyone did anything wrong, but maybe I am. It was almost too good to be true.
Oh. So you think even the show was collusion?
Maybe.
No.
Episode 1, I looked at Taylor and I said, because he was too good. Everything he said.
A very nice guy.
I said to Taylor, like, I think this guy's an actor. And she
Well,
said
here's
to
the
me,
thing, like,
don't you ruin this show for me. So then I zipped my lips and I just kept watching. I thought there was a chance he was because all of his things were too good. Like, he was like, could have been scripted.
He was cookie cutter nice.
Like, but even he had like some perfect setups. Like that thing he said about like, how do you get out of jury duty? Oh, I saw this one episode of Family Guy. And then the guy says that he's racist. I mean, he set him up for that whole scene.
Well, he set him up for that scene. I think this whole entire show was like kind of like playing off of him and what they could do.
Yeah.
And then they set them up. He set them up for like the perfect joke. They're like, all right, Todd, there's going to be an opportunity. Do you think they had earpieces in their ear?
Probably.
And also another question I have for you is like,
can you
how
have
much of this show is improv?
It must be all of it if the guy's
No,
truly
it's not
fake.
all improv because they showed like on episode 8, they showed like they had at least like bases of what they wanted to cover.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so they had like an idea, and I think they even got him to certain spots. Like for instance, I was wondering, do you think that the plan was the verdict to be for that guy not to be liable the whole time, or they were like, let's let this guy decide, or did they want that guy not to be liable? And they
I think he was not liable.
Yeah, but do you think
it was like that would have messed me up? So like they did like the first one, and the last vote was liable, which would have like messed with my head.
Why do you think?
Because like there were 12 people in the room. Out of 12 people, one person voted liable.
That's how it works in real life.
Yeah, but it was also the last vote.
Yeah,
so
true.
what are the chances of that? So they're just
you wouldn't have thought about it then.
I know, but I'm like, this is things I think about because like he's sitting there. Also,
that wouldn't be the straw that broke the camel's back. I don't think I would have been punked.
I would have not been punked because I recognized, like, there was an old lady on episode 1.
The one who I don't want to. It would be hard to describe her without being mean, but kind of looks like a frog. She's really short and
Maybe,
old.
but she was like, "Yo, I can't be a part of this jury because of like so and so reason."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, well, I've seen that lady in like other movies."
Yes.
And then the white dude on the end of the jury,
the tall guy.
Yeah, with like.
Tell me what he's in.
Like, freaking like, My Name Is Earl or something.
No, I recognized him immediately and fact checked it.
I would have been like, "Yo, dude,
he's from Parks and Rec."
Yeah, I would have been like, "I've seen you in movies too," and then they would have had to back it up with that, and I would have been like, So there's an actor here.
No.
Actor
You would have
here.
already figured
I
it
know,
out
I'd
because you were
been
like,
like,
there's an actor, and then I recognize you. And so
And
you
also
guys
the
are
old
actors.
lady that bailed. Why did they not just get like a normal old lady?
I don't know why they got her.
Because like
I think
don't
the
remember where
police-
she's from, but I know she was in something, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I
Seen
recognize her."
Yeah. The tall guy, I recognized him immediately. I said, that guy's from Parks and Rec. He's in the sanitation department.
I'm sure that dude's in My Name Is Earl too.
I mean, he looks like he could be, but he's not Earl.
Yeah.
I think that I might have recognized the bailiff. I feel like I've seen her in something.
Really?
The
I
bigger
don't
lady.
remember her.
And I feel like the lawyer on the girl's side, she looked like she could have been an actress.
Really?
And if I'm
I don't
starting to
recognize
think
her,
all
but-
this, like, this guy looks like an actor. I know that guy's an actor. That guy, I know he's an actor.
I knew the dude from Parks and Rec. I
Yeah.
recognized him immediately. Like I would have called him out on that if I was in this dude's situation.
Yeah.
And I also recognized the old lady that was like, I can't be a part of this jury duty, which they could have saved that.
Yeah.
Like she still had like her own like outside issues, and I would have been like, oh, I've definitely seen that lady in some like television shows.
Yeah.
But then it would have started stacking up way too much.
Way too much.
Like
And
I
then-
would have been like, yo, this is absurd. Like this dude must not have a TV.
Here's my problem. How do they not laugh? Like, there was
there was the animation thing where he was like,
that was hilarious. Especially when they
girl-
said, how'd they not show us that?
the girl peeled off.
Yeah.
The red-haired girl that I'm pretty sure you were talking about.
Yeah.
She peeled off. Like she laughed out loud.
But
on
if they
camera.
all laughed like that, you would be like, what the heck? Because he was, like, holding it together. You know, they all know it's fake, so they're dying laughing. I didn't see that when they first did it. What if that whole scene was staged? Like, they did that afterwards, and they're like, see, there was laughing moments, you know?
I don't think that.
I don't know, man. It
Bro,
just
I
was
think
too
they
good.
Had this in tuned with
It was
this
really
guy.
good then.
And this guy was really freaking nice.
Okay, so I the whole time was like, I don't know about this guy. Like, he seems like he could be in on it. But the last episode, like, kind of sold me. Like, the way he acted and
He
everything.
was Bob. I'm pretty sure they just Truman showed the hell out of this guy.
If you look it up on IMDb, though, he doesn't come up on there. And even when people play themselves, they come up on there.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Maybe maybe he has a different name.
Yeah, but they played
And he's a real
themselves, but
actor.
they knew that they were playing themselves.
I'm talking about.
Like the Sonic actor knew he was playing
My
himself.
God, I'll tell you what. If
He
you
was
were,
funny.
He was hilarious.
I
If
know.
you were in this and you were like, and you fell for it, and you thought this whole thing was a ploy, I mean,
I would have been like classic actor.
oh yeah, you would have hated that guy,
Yeah,
but
I
you would have
would've
thought
hated him with
you
a
would have been like
passion.
telling everyone like, oh my God, there's
No,
you-
that's one of the things. So like
that was hilarious.
they were like, Todd is the inventor, right?
Yeah.
And he was really nice to Todd.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would have been equivalently nice to Todd.
Yeah.
Not like I wouldn't have shown him Bug's life like he did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought about that. But like I would have been equivalently nice to Todd as he was to Todd.
Yeah.
And like Barbara, the old lady that kept falling asleep, I would have loved her. I would have been laughing my ass off every time she KO'd. Especially
Yeah.
if I was like the foreman.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, yo, wake up. But I mean like I would have thought it was hilarious. Especially like when she ate the edible.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, that's funny
That's
as
hilarious.
hell, Barb.
Yeah.
But then like the actor,
I don't know, man. He was so funny.
I would have been way more mad about it than he was though.
Which part?
Like the whole like, hey guys, see you later. Like I mean, I got a freebie to
Getting
go
sequestered?
home. Yeah, and like he.
I probably would be like, yo, yeah. If I was
I
about
would
to
be
get
like,
locked up
no.
for my family and stuff, I'd be like, yo, this is
No,
fake.
this is super. No, I wouldn't have said it was fake at that point, but I would have been like, this is mad douche.
Yeah.
Like this dude just like put us in this house
Yeah.
because of paparazzi that he made up.
It also seems like kind of crazy that they could sequester this guy legally for fake jury duty.
Bro, and 100K is cool.
No, you need to give me way more than that.
I know.
No
I
offense.
mean, like, I need $500,000.
If I got 100K, I would probably sue you guys.
I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, it's like $100,000.
They probably make them sign off on it, like, hey, you get this because I didn't show him giving the 100K. You get this 100K, but you
If
know,
you're cool with it,
you
right?
gotta sign off on this. So like, you're not liable for anything. You're cool. I'm sure he signed off on something. Gave his
Yeah,
rights
he
to
probably
show his.
signed off at the start before he even knew what was going on.
No, they couldn't do that.
Yeah, true.
Just in case you read. At the end, I guarantee they were like, "Hey, we'll give you this $100K. You gotta sign off on it. It's all cool."
Do you think he got taxed on the $100K? Like he ended up only getting like $70,000.
I'm sure. I think you have to get taxed on everything, right? Anything over $15,000.
That just seems crazy.
If he got $50,000 for that whole thing,
I mean, like that'd be the only thing I would say is like this dude better have capitalized on this situation.
what do you think he could do from it though? I saw his acting skills when
He
he
could
was
start a
actually.
podcast for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he could if
Oh,
he.
like, is this reality? Like that could
Yeah.
be one of his podcast names, and then go off of that. I don't know what the podcast would be about, but this dude's like very fun, loving. Like he could just start streaming, and people would watch him by the thousands.
True. If he plays video games, he should definitely start
Like
streaming.
all he had to do was start streaming, and then like if we had a plan further ahead, this would have been the perfect guest to get on our podcast
What do you mean by that?
because it's a normal person.
Right now, he's popping off. He's on other pods because the show's popular.
Like he went on KFC or whatever. He probably got like 8 bands to go on there.
He was on Barstool.
I think him and KFC talked. I don't know. Like
Though a lot of times they don't pay like a lot of their interviews and stuff. On Barstool, I was listening to them, and they were like, only one guy's ever asked us for money, and so we were like, no, we're not gonna.
Really?
Yeah.
So they just like, hey, do
You want to be on this interview? Like,
and like it might bump you up but like we have no.
you
like,
might just think it's cool.
We have no promo to give them. It's like, yo, will you do this for us?
Yeah.
That's pretty much where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately,
you got a rating for this?
yeah. You want to do it on 3?
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 8.7.
Okay.
All right.
You did 8.7. That's crazy.
Okay. I did 8.
Equivalent to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Now you made me want to change.
You're dumb as hell.
Well, I knew. Okay, I still thought it was really good.
I
Like
don't
it's
trust
rating
you
it for what
anymore,
it is.
man.
As
I
far as
don't
a
trust you
funny
anymore,
reality
man.
TV show goes, all right, let's go. That's
Let's just do an 8.4.
8.5.
All right, you want to do an 8.5?
Well, we got to 8.55, and then we talk about if we want to round down or up, and we'll go 8.5.
All right, we'll go 8.5.
It's fair. If I find out it's a cruel ploy, I would still give it an 8.2. Like if he was an actor, because I was enjoying it the whole time.
Yeah.
But I would have to be like, okay, that's not.
I enjoyed it. I laughed out loud. I thought it was funny when the actor like blew up his bathroom. And then
Oh my
they were
god,
like-
dude! The actor was the best part.
He was super
if I was
funny.
in, like,
No, I
I
think Ty was the best part.
the actor's the
Like
big
chair
winner from
pants.
this because what's his name?
James Brolin. No,
Close.
That's Thanos.
James
James McElroy.
Marsden.
Yeah.
Never knew his name before.
Don't even care.
Yeah, now I know who he is, and I thought he was hilarious. Him like practicing that acting thing, and then
Oh, yeah.
the
And
poop.
everybody kept interrupting.
Bro, the poo was hilarious.
And then they were like talking about like sulking.
Yeah,
Is that what? Soaking.
Soaking.
Not sulking.
you just get it in there and you soak.
And not James Brolin.
Marsden
James Marsden.
jumps
Was
on the bed
jumping
for
on
the guy.
bed for them.
That was
Oh,
ridiculous.
so funny.
That girl was ridiculous too. The one like
Yeah.
would be have her
Did you see
knocks
her
out.
interview?
Which one?
Yeah, her knocks were crazy compared to her interview. So she said for her interview, she put on like
Oh yeah,
fake
yeah, yeah.
tits
Like the
and they
double,
were,
the
like,
quad. Yeah,
G
massive.
size,
Yeah.
like, anime titties.
I had her nip hanging out, and that's
Really?
it was blurred out in the interview.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so
She was funny.
She was funny.
Like, she was funny. I loved Barbara.
Barbara was funny.
She said, don't worry. I took a little edible before this next.
Did something
and
to
then she
keep
was
me up.
immediately KO'd. Like,
Yeah.
you see her like, it pans across the like whole jury, and she's already asleep before they even like say anything.
Yeah,
And then she just starts laughing out loud at like everything they say.
dude. I mean, there were some parts like if I don't know how the guy didn't laugh so hard. There were some parts that I would have been.
I would have
honestly
been
laughing.
like, I would have been in shambles.
Yes.
Like when they had like when the dude put.
What do you
up
think
the,
the
like,
hardest
animation,
you would have laughed? The animation.
It might have been there.
I would have been like, I can't stop laughing. The judge would have had to like calm me down.
I would have been like,
dude.
I would have been covering my face, laughing my ass off.
It would have
There's
been
no
one of
way.
those the best laughs of all time when you're in high school and you're in trouble and you and your
When you're
friend
not
are
supposed to
laughing and you're
laugh.
not supposed to laugh
Yeah.
and you're just like can't.
It would have been
hold
like
it in.
that.
Yeah.
And like there were people like knew what was going on.
Just think about it because the guy like like pushed the whole thing back like 2 days, just being like not ready.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, I finally got this awesome animation.
Yeah.
And they just did this cool animation, and then he said, I actually also have an animation made by my nephew, and it just like
Yeah, the nephew thing was funny.
it glitches and everything.
And he knocks over the TV the first time he's trying to set it up.
Yeah, and they said at
The
the
dude
end,
was a mess, and he was an attorney.
I can't believe
IRL attorney. He did great.
yeah, I cannot believe that they did not show those people that. Like, if
Yeah, true.
they said like, yeah, I can't believe they didn't show it. I mean, they said themselves like that was the first time we had seen that animation, and
Like, I should have been prepared
Yeah.
for what I was saying.
because they were dying
'Cause I would
laughing
have
at
been
that
like,
part.
I don't care if I was an actor or not. Like, I would have been in shambles.
Especially that's your first time seeing it. Some of the James Marsden thing stuff would have made me laugh too. He was like such a acting douchebag. Like he was nice at the same time, but he was like all about his acting and like talking about roles and oh
I
man.
would have been rolling my eyes so hard every time like I didn't see him, and they would have gotten it on camera every time. I would have been like every time he talked outside like about like Lone Pine.
Lone Pine. Yeah.
He's like, yo, confidential. You see this? It says confidential on the front, and I'm like,
I don't know, man. I think you might have thought it was funny. I don't think you would have rolled your eyes because he was still nice. He wasn't like a better than thou kind of guy.
he douched all of them.
The party
Technically. Oh, the party.
when he flips the cake.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one you would have been like, oh, this sucks.
And like he was even like the guy we're all talking about was like, listen, man, it's just a hiccup. I would not have been that guy.
Well, the guy came back and apologized.
I would have been like, yeah, it's all good, buddy. Don't worry.
But Ronald was actually pissed at that time.
Yeah.
He was like rolling his eyes.
This guy's
and, like,
a total chotch. Classic Hollywood. I don't want to deal
the
with
James
it.
Marsden guy like went to the van. He was like, I saw him out the corner of my eye, and I like absolutely broke his heart. He's like,
Yeah, like I saw him drop his head. Like I felt so bad.
Yeah.
And this guy was someone you did not want to like make upset because of how nice he was.
Yeah. Oh, another great character. I think his name was Ken.
Ken, the Asian dude.
And how slow he talked and stuff.
Yeah, and he said at the end, he said, listen, I was struggling with how slow I had to talk as Ken. And his real name's like Ron.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny, 3 letters each. But he was like,
When they gamble on that game,
he's
he's like, yes, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. And then he like freaks out when he loses 20, or he's about to lose $20. He's like, it's okay. He goes, I'll pay you back 2,000.
Yeah. And then he's like, no. You don't owe me anything. And they're like, listen, this guy's just the best guy of all time. They're like trying to set him up like with the chair pants with Todd.
Yeah.
Todd might have been my favorite character.
Todd was hilarious.
Todd was cracking me up.
The chair pants, I would have been dying about, and I don't know.
I
I would
would
have
have
been like,
maybe thought they were
something's up.
like, I would have been like, yo, this is innovative.
Remember when he got in the car though?
I would have been in. I would have been in shambles in the back. I would have been in tears.
That's all I was doing this whole show was like, well, I wish.
What would I have been like?
I'm
in
like,
this
I don't think I
situation?
could have gotten got. I just don't think there's any way. But if I had, I would
There's
have
no
loved
way I
to
would've
just
gotten
been like, how much I would have been laughing. The guy wasn't laughing enough. Like, I don't know how he wasn't just losing it.
Oh, I mean, he was like way too nice to all these people. Which I mean, like be nice to people, but also like the situations he was put in, I would have been like, if the person that was like making the scene
Yeah.
wasn't looking at me, I would have just been in shambles the whole entire
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Like,
How
I was
about
like,
how about the part when the guy who's liable or not liable, and he decides to interview himself, and if you were really thought that was real, and he asks a question and he runs up to the stand
Yeah.
and answers it, oh my god.
yeah, I mean, like I would have been like,
Is your name Todd?
Yes.
Yes. Runs back. Like that would have been hilarious to see in real
I
life.
know, and like I wouldn't have fallen for it.
No,
There's no
just
way I
no
would have
way.
gotten this far. Like I couldn't have been Truman Showed.
No, not
Thank
not
God.
this. Yeah, I could have been Truman Showed if there wasn't like all the hijinks. If they just wanted to pretend it,
Like it was an actual jury.
and it was just
meeting,
like very
just did it.
boring. Yeah, sure.
realistically.
I could get Truman Showed like
Yeah,
that.
and I would have been Truman Showed by Todd. I would have been Truman Showed by
Todd seemed like a real guy that could exist. So
he
did
was
Ken.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, like everything he did, I was like, this guy's just like a geeky guy.
Yeah, and when
then-
they showed him at the end, I was like, I really thought that you were gonna be just like Todd.
Yeah.
Like
and he's like, so are you not like into like innovation or technology? And he was like, no, not really. I was like, that's Todd.
Yeah.
I'm
Ken
sure
was
you are.
also really good. The guy that we said that we recognized from Parks and Rec, he was like, he hardly did anything.
Yeah, he didn't talk much, maybe because
Him,
They
yeah, because you
recognize
might notice him.
the dude that
black
got
dude
injured?
didn't do much.
the guy that gets injured and he says,
Did you actually
he
get
said,
hurt?
huh?
When he's like, did you actually get
No,
hurt?
that's not the point. But the same guy, he goes, I'm going to go to the bathroom to crank one off.
I forgot. And the guy was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would have been like, he was like, yeah, you better do it while you can. Like, that's what he said to him. And I would have been like,
Bro, that guy really was going crazy. Yeah.
like, bro, don't tell me. And also, like, I would have looked at like three other people.
Yeah.
Like, looked around the room
Did
to
you
like
hear
make
that
sure
guy?
that like other people heard what he just said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and crank one off real quick. I'm like, and he said, you better do it while you can. Like, this dude was like, everything they set him up for.
I thought that maybe he didn't hear him correctly, and
No,
he thought
but
he
he
was
did.
going to take a poo.
Yeah.
Like, I think he might have thought whatever he said meant.
But he
take a
also
poo.
he never snitched on anybody. Like, the whole paparazzi thing was set up by that James dude.
Uh-huh.
And like, he never snitched on him. And then the whole crank went off thing, he like never said anything about that to anybody. And it was just like,
They were having a ball too.
oh, the Swan thing. That was
Swan thing?
that was one of the funniest scenes. Because like, let's call this dude who got hurt, and it's the same guy that said he would crank one off.
Yeah.
He gets hurt, and everybody's like reminiscing on stories about him.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, yeah, he actually like went to Haiti for 2 years and like
Oh, that was
made
hilarious.
a well. And they were like, yeah, he actually like gives food to kids like needy homes like every weekend.
This is a good one. I
And then
forgot
they're
about
like,
that.
he actually gave me this crane
Uh-huh.
in remembrance of him.
Yeah.
And
a
then
little
they're
like
like, oh.
origami.
Yeah, little origami crane. And then they were like, oh yeah, I got a crane too. And then like everybody, like eventually it expands to everybody has gotten a crane besides
him.
our guy.
That's all the time.
Like, and they're like, well, did you have any conversations with them? And he was like, just in passing. Like, he said something to me, I said something back to him. Like, it was nothing ever that big.
It was a crink one off joke.
Yeah. Yeah, like one time, after all that, like, I understand why he wouldn't say it, but could you imagine if, like, after all that, like, oh, he worked in Haiti over the summers. And then he was like, and I probably would have said it. Like,
Yeah, one
I mean,
time I saw him and he was like, yeah, I'm going to go crank one off before we get
like,
this thing going.
He was heading to the bathroom one time, and he, like, leaned over to me and said he was going to crank one off real quick, and that was about the only conversation we had.
And he didn't give me a crane afterwards. And
Yeah.
to be honest, I wouldn't want one.
I mean, after, like, I would have thought that was weird, too. That everybody had it in their pocket at that
Yeah.
moment. Like, everybody was like,
I'm like, why do y'all have
I'm
this
like,
thing?
what, did y'all keep it in your wallets? Like, why do y'all have that for so long?
Todd, also in the one when they're like upstairs with the mannequins.
That was one of the funniest things ever. What was the black guy's name that was with him at that time? It starts with an L.
Lonnie?
Lonnie. Lonnie sounds right. But so like Lonnie and I don't even remember. Ronald. So Lonnie and Ronald are walking through this like dark warehouse. It looks like it's out of like a scary movie.
Yeah.
And like they shine their light on a mannequin and Todd's just there. And somehow he soils his shirt. I don't even know how like that became a
The
possibility.
Jorf.
Yeah. And then Jorf, Jorf, turns out to be like the worst thing ever, like a white supremacist
And
thing.
those white supremacists give up their chair for
Yeah,
him.
they're like, hey,
You look
are
like
you with
you'd be
that
one of
guy
us.
over there? And
Yeah.
they're like, yeah. And he's like, I like his shirt. You know what? We're going to get up.
And then they give their chair to a Hispanic lady, a couple black fellows.
True.
I was like, you guys saw what they were like, but you were so into Jorf.
Yeah,
Some
true.
white supremacists you
there was
are.
There was too many holes
Yeah.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a movie podcast, so I have to look for holes.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But also, it's like being the question, like, am I being Truman showed right now?
Mm-hmm. I'm not
Is it
Truman showing
It's
you.
a tough question to be like,
What if I was Truman showing you this whole time?
What does that even mean?
You're not even my brother. You're adopted,
Boy, that'd be
dude.
a tough one to hear. I feel like y'all told me I was adopted back in the day, but it was more like...
Well, you're still my brother. You're just the adopted one.
You're adopted.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amanda. She just adopted a daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beast.
Yeah.
Being adopted's cool.
Being adopted is cool.
You would know.
I'm glad I'm not. I'm glad my parents love me.
Well. What a weird joke.
Huh.
You're adopted. All kids say it to all kids.
Every older sibling says it to their younger sibling.
You know you're adopted, right?
What a mind F to put on a kid.
What a genius little thing to say. How did kids come up with that? Like, did some older kid teach them that? I don't think mom and dad were like, hey, you should tell Zach he's adopted. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I feel like it was coming from like 8-year-olds telling it to like the 4-year-old.
Who knows? Who knows what we'll believe? Another guy we haven't mentioned yet is like the nerdy white guy who had a girlfriend like out of state. Like she was on vacation.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, and then they're like, who is she with? And he was like, oh, well, she's with Jessica, Jennifer, and Cody. And he's like, Cody's a girl's name, right? And they're like, well, and he's like, well, and like they're like, it could be either or. Like,
yeah,
it's Cody. Like, it could be a girl's name. Maybe it's not. And then they like put a dude on the jury. They put him up as a witness, and they say, state your name for the whatever.
Yeah.
And he says, Randall Cody Schiller. And he just like outwardly sighs. Like, and then they're trying to like hype him up. They're like, yo, dude, it's his middle name. It doesn't even count. And he's like, okay. It's his middle name.
Then they find that picture of him, and it's got like a boner.
And it's also like if you had a girlfriend, that's like a stereotypical dude that you would not want her.
No,
this dude's like full jack, like an 8-pack,
massive boner,
just popping bone.
The guy turns out it's the guy's real girlfriend, and he said that the guy.
He just took it in the studio.
Yeah, we cut a cucumber in half, is what he said.
Yeah.
They said, is that his real thing? He said, no, we cut a cucumber in half.
Yeah.
That was all the time.
Yeah,
and then the girl, like, hitting on him the whole time and, like, trying to be with him, that was hilarious.
Yeah, and then, I mean, the soaking thing was just too freaking funny.
And they must have told him that James Marsden went in there and jumped on the bed.
They did it on video.
But they didn't show him that until later.
But, it was like,
but how did he, like, believe that?
I know.
He said, dude, I was going to tell so many people about that before I found out this was fake.
I was like, something weird is going on here.
Too much stuff is out. He'd be like, this is like a reality TV show.
Yeah. He did say that at some point.
Yeah.
But the witness, the long-haired dude.
Yeah.
He gets his best friend on the stand at some point.
Uh-huh.
And they say, what do you think about the witness? And he said, you know what? He's one of the best guys I've ever met. He's very reliable. Like, he's never done anything wrong to me. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
And they say, isn't it true that you got caught masturbating in a movie theater? And he was like, yeah. And they were like, was it a pornographic movie theater? And he was like, no, it was not. And they were like, what movie were you watching? And he said, Pacific Rim Uprising. Which is like Transformers in a different way. It's like
Transformer aliens type thing.
It's like cranking it to like Transformers. And then they're all like, dude, I've seen Pacific Rim. It's not even an erotic movie. Like, there's nothing hot about this movie.
Their side was just so bad. It's funny that they won. I mean, maybe for good reason. But what I'm confused by
the barrel thing.
But
they were
like,
dead set on that.
They struck it from the record for one, and then they they were just like, I guess these barrels knocked them out. I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's no evidence that proves that.
I think it was saying that the toxins in the barrels were making him loopy, which has made him why he passed out.
I know, but there was no proof of that.
Yeah, but they dove into that hard.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. This guy seems like he's kind of liable to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I would have gone, but also it was like.
But actually, once his alcohol level came out, I'd have been like, if this is true, like,
What was his alcohol level?
like nothing. They like it was like .01, and
Really?
and Ronald's like, this means he was probably drinking the night before, and he was like, so I'm going not liable.
Yeah.
And I mean, if he wasn't drunk, then why else would he pee on himself and make Jorf shirts?
Yeah. And then Todd pulls up, and they have like one of those like classic, like you're in a hotel room and you share 2 doors.
Yeah.
I don't know why the hell they do that. I mean, it makes sense when it's families, like family of 4.
Yeah.
2 doors here, two doors there. So I guess it makes sense.
Well, you can always lock your side, so it just they have it in case those.
And he says, "Hey, dude, 2 knocks means like yes, 1 knock means no, like 3 knocks means you want snacks." And he was like, "Yeah, that all makes sense to me, buddy. Just like let me know if you need anything." I feel like I would have been the same with Todd, though.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. I would have loved that. I would have been telling everyone, like,
also-
y'all gotta see this guy I'm dealing with.
I would have been equivalently nice to Todd, but I also think I would have probably thought he had like Asperger's. Or
Oh,
something.
for sure.
Like he was on the spectrum, and I would have been like, okay, well, like he's
Gonna
just
be
a little
nice to
bit
this guy
different. I
for
gotta
sure.
be nice to him.
Yeah.
Like not that.
Well,
like,
even if I didn't think he had that, I would think he was just an odd guy.
yeah, just an oddball.
And I would have still
I
liked
love
him.
oddballs.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what were some other inventions he had?
He had chair pants. He had like the keyboard on. his
Chair pants is
wrist.
kind of cool. Like, I mean, I don't
pants
think,
was beast.
but like the fact that you could just bend down and then you would use it. Oh, one of his best ones was like the extra tooth.
Oh yeah, and he pulls it out.
It's like, so I can eat kind of like a shark because they have all those teeth and then they can eat really fast. So I only wear it when I'm eating. But what was the other one? He had some like
He
breathing
had a keyboard on
apparatus.
his wrist for some point. He
Yeah.
had like a whole keyboard right here.
Oh yeah. What was that like for his phone?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what Ty was up to.
You want to do the game?
Oh yeah. Let's do that. All right, you want to explain the game?
All right. So we're gonna do random word generator, and then we're gonna think of a Todd-like invention or just an invention using those random words. Nothing better than a good old random word generator game. Can't remember. I think the last one we did was. Oh man, what was it?
I think it was freestyles.
No, it was a story. It was like a plot summary, or like it was like we had to write a movie.
Yeah, we did Mario for one of them.
What was that? What was that about?
Here, I'll throw it up here.
Yeah, 2 words. They'll be fine.
I don't remember what the podcast we did about, but
I don't think they're gonna be able to hear you when you're over there.
they didn't hear me good enough.
Defendant.
No, that's not it. We're only doing 2 words.
Oh, thank God, that one looks tough.
Yeah. But I can never find the damn mouse when I go up here. There it is.
You should make it giant, like one of those parent mouses.
People mouse.
Yeah, like a giant black. Why aren't they bigger? Just.
Comment spirit. This is you.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Oh, you want me to go?
Okay, no, I know how to go.
Oh, there you go.
So this is this is obviously like a cell phone for ghosts, and like these ghosts a cell phone where they can communicate
Interact.
with you.
Yeah, it's like a Ouija board, but it's also like an iPhone, but it's for.
And they can comment on stuff. They can comment on your Instagram.
Oh man. You know how exhausting that would be?
If you were getting comments from ghosts.
Like it was like I'm not gonna name anybody in my family, but like somebody
Someone
in
who
my
comments
family
on your thing all the
passes,
time.
and then like they pass away, and like 5 years later they're like, "Are you sure you want to be doing that?" I'd be like, "Bro, just stay dead."
Gee.
Not that I want anyone. What do you mean? I mean, like, you're dead. 5 years. Stay dead.
Don't comment on my post anymore.
Tattoos? Are you serious? All right. Acquisition platform. F off.
You can't do that?
I don't even know what acquisition means.
Like to acquire things, but it is an acquiring of something.
Well, that sounds like all platforms. Spin cave.
Oh, beast.
So this is actually for cave divers. So this is kind of like a drill that cave divers have. Have you seen cave divers where they're like, they crunch themselves into these little narrow areas.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
A little spin
Now they
drill.
got a little spin cave.
So they just spin cave.
And they just hollow out a hole that's big enough for them to go.
This thing
through.
better really hustle and not take much effort. Like,
Oh,
they're
they're
over
taking
there
a lot
like
of effort.
little hand drilling something to do the old spin cave.
Yeah, but the spin cave, that's the best I got.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Earlier, when we were talking about this game, before I knew we were going to do random word generator, I thought we were just going to come up with a couple of Todd-like inventions. And I thought of a floor covering that is like, it's a solid and it's triangle shaped. And you cover your floor, like a wood floor, and it's 3-sided. And it's like a triangle or a prism, and you lay it like that. And then you click a button, and the whole thing turns. And then while the other sides are underneath, they're getting like vacuumed and broomed, so your floors are always clean.
I'm glad we went. I'm glad we decided. To do
Imagine
it.
if your
So like
floor-
a triangle-shaped Roomba.
No. Imagine if these planks of LVP were really triangular prisms and they were this thick, but you walked on the top piece.
Yeah.
And then at night, when no one was
It
walking on
just
the floor,
rotated?
it rotated
Oh.
and it was clean
Keep
from
that
the
to
bottom.
yourself. Shut up.
I told you it
Shut
was
up.
genius. No, it's not a freaking
But
Roomba.
also, you would have to make your houses like 1 foot taller to like comply with like the size of your flooring.
Oh yeah. I mean, it'd be
It'd take
expensive.
some math.
It's expensive, but it'd be never have to be clean again floor.
Yeah, that'd be so easy.
Yeah.
And then it would vacuum underneath.
It would vacuum, it'd mop.
Damn.
Yeah.
You would need a whole vacuum system underneath your
The
floor
mop system is what I think is even more, because the vacuum be easy, because once it flips, all that shit's just getting dumped on the ground
I
anyway.
think mopping might be easy.
How do you do that one?
Like a car wash style thing where it's just bristles and it just goes back and forth multiple times.
Yeah.
And it just like sits in a station. Listen, y'all are lucky. Don't be taking our ideas.
Yeah, we're lucky
All
we
right.
took a podcast.
I don't know how you're doing this one.
Oh,
no, you
this
can
one,
do
this is
You can do
easy.
this one.
Draft Muggy.
Yeah. Go.
I'm getting there. So, this is, it's basically already invented, but
It's for your stinkers.
I was gonna say, it's an air conditioner. When you get a little draft. What were you gonna say?
These are little tiny fans for your smelly kids in the locker room. And they don't know that you're putting them on them. But it just kind of drafts them out. There's always a smelly kid in the locker
An
room.
adult just gives a little fat kid a pat on the back, like, "Here you go, kid," and
Yeah, it
this
drafts it out
thing
a bit.
sticks to him, and it sucks off the stink,
Yeah.
drafts it out,
I don't know who
makes
it's
it muggy
drafting.
for everyone else.
Yeah, I don't know who it's drafting too.
Everyone else gets muggy, but at least the kid got drafted.
Yeah.
Say old.
Say old.
I don't know why.
Say old. SAYOLD.
Say old.
So say old.
As far as invention goes, say you're old.
So say old is is almost like a Black Mirror style face cream. The brand is called Say Old, but the reason for the brand is that this face cream makes you look 20 years younger the second you put it on. So you say old, we say young.
Say old. I got it. You say old. You like shirts with a little bit of texture, like with a little bit of softness, a little bit of old feel. But you can't just go buy those everywhere. And often the old shirts that feel like that, they're ripped to shreds. You can't use them.
Yeah, Goodwill.
This invention, say old, you throw your clothes in there, instantly adds 10 years to them. Now you got a nice, soft, warm shirt.
For when you want
Say
your
old.
for when you want your shirt to have a little wear and tear.
Yeah.
You do that with shoes too.
Oh man, say old.
Say old.
Yeah.
Damn it.
It's basically like a microwave for clothes.
Yeah, why are we giving these to people? You have some good ideas today.
I'm an inventor at heart.
Let me find my mouse. Reader legend.
This basically is a microchip that goes in your head and just makes you a reader legend.
Yeah.
I mean, you are literally the legend of reading.
Yeah.
You can
Any language.
4 books at a time.
Yeah, you could read the original Bible.
Yeah.
probably in like 10 minutes. Like, have you seen the video of like speed readers?
Oh,
And
I mean,
like,
fake ones? yeah.
They're just flipping the pages as fast as they can turn them, and then they're muttering something to themselves. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And I'm sure somebody could do that, but it's not them.
No.
Well, they read like, you know how you read like the top paragraph and the bottom of the paragraph, and you can kind of fill in the rest of the paragraph?
So you think these speed readers are really just making up a bunch of the book?
I don't know.
You read a few sentences,
but
you're
the
like, I
speed
got
readers
it.
I've seen, you're just like, this is hogwash.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like,
I mean, those are ridiculous.
we can read the Bible in 60 seconds, and they're like, all right, prove it. And he's like, and he's like, Jesus saved us.
Not anymore. With Reader Legend, you are the reading legend.
Yes, sir. This is funny.
Coverage exploration. Now, this one pretty much sums it all up. Basically, this is a system of drones. You send them out to cover the entire Earth,
Exploration.
and you make sure that everything is explored. You know, maybe there's still stuff to have a little bit more
I
exploration.
think everything we have is underneath the sea. That needs to be
Do you think that there
explored.
could be some like islands
A piece
that
of
aren't
land that
mapped?
we haven't found yet?
I mean, what if everyone just
That seems
accidentally
impossible.
avoided these areas?
That seems like maybe like Bermuda Triangle type stuff, but like just on the globe. I don't even know about the Bermuda Triangle. I'm sure I could sail right through it.
I
Give
bet
me a
you
little
could.
boat. Give me a little dinghy.
Where is it?
Bermuda
Where's that?
Triangle.
Bermuda. Is that in that
Bahama.
song? Is that Bermuda in that song? Aruba, Jamaica.
Ooh, I wanna take ya. Bermuda, Bahamas. Come on, pretty ma. So,
Okay,
hey, Bahamas.
I'm assuming it's like in the Bahamas, somewhere in the Gulf. Aruba's around there too.
I asked my my junior year of high school. I asked
Girl to prom.
a girl to prom with.
Wow. Oh,
The
really?
song's called Kokomo, and I remixed it, and it's like the song goes Bermuda, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take it, and I was like,
To promo.
no, I said the prom bus, then dinner, then we're gonna boogie.
That's pretty good.
I don't remember it completely. And then it goes, go to prom with me. There's a place called prom, you know. That's where we're gonna go to get away from it all.
Nice.
And it's like, teachers in the stands.
So this was your junior year?
Yeah.
So who did you ask the second time you had asked someone on junior year?
That's... No. So I planned this all out. I hope this girl doesn't hear it because, like, I don't mean to be rude, but I was like gonna ask this girl one day, and it was super funny because she was at my house,
Yeah.
and I was gonna be like, oh, let's go to like Chick-fil-A, and I had like roses in my car, and I was gonna play the
Gay.
song over my.
Oh, you just carry those around your car?
Yeah. In the front dash.
Yeah.
But so I have roses set up for her, and I have the song, and I'm just going to play it because I had the Barkers back then. My subwoofers.
The
in back.
Barkers.
I call them the Barkers. I call my buddy, and I say, dude, I'm having the worst time of all time. Get my truck keys out of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Go take those flowers out of my car. It's over. Like, we're
Why?
not doing this. Because I was so bored. Like, this girl did not want to talk to me the whole entire time.
First letter of this girl's name.
Kinsey Johnson. No, but it's funny because like I end up taking her to prom.
Yeah.
So it was we were both in a situation where she didn't want to go with me and I didn't really want to go with her. And like the whole entire time we were on like the bus to and from prom, like I'm like, yo, you want to dance? And she's like, no. She's texting this guy the whole entire time.
Ouch.
She ends up dating him, and it ends up being Hudson's best friend, Cleveland, who I talk to, like, not regularly, but, like...
To this day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, he is in construction management at Kennesaw State.
Wow.
And I said, hey, dude, you ruined my junior year prom. And he thought it was the funniest thing, and we just joked about it. I was like, you were texting my girl the whole entire time.
Didn't you have a disaster at senior year prom asking someone to?
Oh, that's another. So I asked this girl senior year. I asked this other girl. And then we go, but in between when I asked her and prom, we go on spring break.
Yeah.
And I'm having a good time. And then at some point, she hears about the good time I'm having. And she's on the same beach as us.
Oh, wow.
So she comes up to
Why
us.
did you have a good time with her?
She was there like 2 days after us.
Ah, yeah.
But also, like,
there's no slowing down the good time.
You can't slow down this freight train. But anyway, so she comes up to me and is like, "What, are you not like serious about this? Like, do you even want to take me to prom anymore?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
Like, I was just having a good time. But she ended up doing some crazy stuff to try and rebel. It didn't work out very well. Like, she stood in the group of like 2 other girls in her grade and made out with both of them in front of everybody. What, is that going to make me mad?
Wow.
Yes, please.
Wow.
You actually know what.
Oh, well, I think.
Like, you did some math.
Yeah.
Like, one of your best friends.
Oh, okay. All right, chill out.
Back to
I think the blast
off
in
of
our,
prom.
pod. Oh goodness.
I think we're done with the game.
That was a genius way of how to ask someone to prom, though. I mean,
Kokomo?
Yeah, great song. One time, a kid in our class, he was the rich kid in
I was
class.
so much lazier with the other one.
Hey, you just want to go?
You know the futon up at Fairborn?
Yeah.
I put a dumbbell underneath the futon, and I wrote prom underneath the futon, and I was hoping she would be like, "Oh, this futon is mad uncomfortable."
You were banking on
Like her feeling the lump of the dumbbell.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, "Oh, let me check," and I'd lift up the. And like it never happened, and I was like, I had this whole plan. I tried to ask you to prom like this, and like I put it up, and it was just like pro question mark, like the M fell off. It was a mess.
That was a good one. Yeah, one time, my senior year, I had like a free period, but we had to hang out with Miss Messer every day during that period. Me, Wad, and Ethan.
Yeah.
So I was asking someone to prom, and I said, "Hey, Miss Messer, can you call Alyssa into the office?"
Oh yeah, Alyssa.
And I said, "Can you call Alyssa in the office and act like we're in trouble? And then I'm gonna ask her to prom."
Yeah.
Which was just like so stupid. So
Miss Messer was great.
Yeah, Miss Messer's great. Shout out Miss Mess. And we're sitting there in these chairs, and me, Wad, and Ethan just look like just devastated.
Petrified.
Yeah,
and you guys are not good kids.
Yeah.
In high school, you guys were the rebellious crew.
Yeah, Rachel Carter's in there. She's sitting down. We're all just sitting there like we're in big trouble. Alyssa comes walking in, and she's looking around, absolutely mortified.
Terrified.
And Miss Spencer goes, "Alyssa, do you know what this is about?" And Alyssa goes, "Well, it could be." And I was, "Whoa!"
It was that quick?
Yeah, I was like,
Do you think Miss Messer was trying to get something out of her?
I don't know, maybe. I think Alyssa was about to tell how Rachel.
I'm going to ask you to prom.
Yeah, that's what it was.
One of my favorite ones was like, because we had the same lunch for like a couple of years at least.
Yeah.
And you guys peer pressured Wad into asking Hannah Hankins to prom.
Oh, that was one of the best ones.
They said, Wad. And he just had a sign and like just held it up like awkward as hell. And like nobody even knew who he was asking, I guess.
No, everyone did because we also made Hannah Hankins a sign.
Okay. What did it say?
Yes.
Really? They had no chance. There was no chance.
I said, "Hey, well, what year was that?"
Junior.
Yeah, but I'm wondering. I didn't know if it was our junior year and Hannah wasn't going to be going to prom, and then we're like, because she was a sophomore, Anyways,
Did
we were
Wad
like,
ask two
hey,
people to prom?
Wad, Wad would like to go to prom with you. You want to go with Wad?
Yeah, it's easy
And
when it's
then
like
you're
people
like-
that can't go to prom.
Yeah.
I pissed off so many people in my grade.
By not going to prom
Like
with them?
dated so many girls in so many different friend groups that
Yeah,
I
to
was
keep
like,
going down.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
gonna
go
go
down
there.
here. I was about to have to ask a ninth grader to prom my senior year. I was in some trouble.
Nick Medici had an airplane fly over the football field.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He had the coolest cars.
He had like 6 of them.
I know. He pulled
It was like
up
a Ford Raptor.
It was like, oh,
Like
this
a-
is my Monday Raptor.
He had a Lamborghini he drove. I saw him at
gosh.
Chick-fil-A drive-thru with a Lamborghini.
Yeah. That must be
crazy.
cool.
Yeah,
Especially like
in
if
high
your dad
school.
has like a car dealership. I'm sure he was super rich. But also it's like,
His dad didn't have a car dealership.
really?
He had a trucking company.
So that seems kind of almost like
Like,
similar.
I mean, a car dealership sells cars. Trucking company moves freight. I'm talking about 18-wheelers.
Oh, okay. So they just had mad money.
Yeah, mad money.
Beast.
I think it could have been a front for, some...
Nuh-uh.
I mean, his last name was Medici. He looked like...
Medici.
He looked like Tony freaking Soprano. You know?
You know what Strunza means, right?
You've told me so, huh? Asshole.
No, I wasn't talking about the Medicis, obviously, but...
In Italian.
Yeah, but I
you don't
remember
wanna get
Dad
kneecapped.
telling some story about, like, Mr. Medici being like, why isn't my son playing more? And
I don't think that was him because he didn't play anything.
oh, really? He played football with y'all.
No.
Who was
From
that
someone
then?
else. I don't know.
He must have been a Medici-type style guy.
I don't know. What did the kid do? And I can tell you what he did wrong, who it was.
Little fast guy, white guy.
No, not Medici. You're thinking about someone else, I think.
Okay.
How did the story go? And I'll tell you how it ends. Or who it
They're like,
was.
hey, why isn't my son playing enough? And he was like, hey, well, your son's ass, my dude.
Yeah, I think that was probably Joaquin.
Oh, that's who it was. Go,
Yeah.
Joaquin, go,
Completely
Joaquin, go.
different people. Yeah.
Go, Joaquin, go, Joaquin, go.
Go. That kid had his
Joaquin
name
Phoenix.
in the yearbook 3 different ways. One of them was in the yearbook as Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Pictured here is Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Another one?
He was the star of John Wick.
Yeah. No, Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker from Joker.
Oh, yeah.
So they called him Joaquin
Joker from
Phoenix.
Joker.
Another one, his name's spelled with a J. Then several letters follow. But I don't know how it's spelled.
Okay.
Juoqui.
How's it pronounced? Joaquin? Okay.
But anyways, another one, it was spelled in the yearbook Wakeen.
How did they not put it together?
I think it was Jesse Sewell.
Really? Jesse Sewell tried to scam me on Instagram.
Oh yeah, she got.
Hey, just give me your phone number, your social security, and I'll send
I
you.
got
the
you
phone."
handled.
Yeah. Then Mom was like, "I got scammed." I was like,
She tried to get
"Why'd
you-
you go that far?"
Yeah. But anyways, his parents tried to recall the whole yearbook.
Really?
Get everyone's yearbooks back, and we're like, not gonna happen.
No, Joaquin. No, Joaquin. No.
No, Joaquin. No, Joaquin. No.
That's my favorite thing. His parents were so proud of him. And
Yeah.
I'm sure he's successful right now.
Yeah. He was a good linebacker. He was a slow
really?
fullback. That was his issues.
I think they wanted him to be like running back.
Yeah, and he was slow.
Yeah. And you had some quick kids in your Jordan Wren.
Yeah,
He was a
Jordan.
wimp, but he was tough.
Yeah, but he was so
wasn't tough, but he was
terrified
like-
of getting hit that he
Yeah.
ran so fast.
Ben Patterson, he was super beast of football until he got hit by Big Nick.
That was the first play ever.
That was the most traumatizing thing I've ever seen. I thought Ben was gone. Big
I went in
Nick
the
should
huddle
not
right
have
after that, and so that was none of these kids on our team had played football.
Yeah.
Like it
This
was
is
fifth
the
grade
start.
football. This is their first game ever. Big Nick is the kicker. We call him Big Nick because he's 300 pounds
and
he's in
kicking the
sixth
ball.
grade.
And Big
Kicks
Nick
the
is
ball.
Big Nick is like some type of like ghost that you see everywhere. Like I remember Big Nick hitting John with a baseball as a pitcher. Like
Oh.
didn't he pitch a ball at you and he like
Are you thinking of Keontae?
huh?
Are you thinking of
Is it
Keontae?
Keontae?
Big Nick is a different.
I remember Big Nick just being everywhere, bro. Like baseball, basketball, football. Like
He was a
Big Nick
beast.
was everywhere, and like he just seems like an aberration to me.
Yeah, well, Big Nick, first time like more than 90% of our team hasn't played before. It's like 12 and under.
Yeah.
And the first play of their career was Big Nick kicking the ball the length of the field. Guy could do it all. 300-pound kid kicks the ball to the end zone.
Put about 720 psi into that ball.
Yeah.
Like the shit went flying.
Yeah, Ben Patterson catches it. He's returning it. Runs right next to Big Nick, who can't tackle him, so he just sticks out his arm, clotheslines Ben.
Ben does like a full 360.
Yeah, an absolute backflip.
Yeah.
We get into the huddle. Ben's got
And he's
tears
blank.
falling from his eyes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. And then
yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah, it was terrifying. All these kids were like, is this what it is?
Yeah.
Is this football?
My buddy Hudson, I mean, great guy.
God bless his soul.
He looks like he's tough, but I'll tell you what, his bones are made of glass.
Oh, really?
Because there were multiple times, like, I remember one time, so, like, we had the, like, Georgia Tech tickets, and, like, Hudson's coming to the Georgia Tech game with us after this game we have in Fairburn.
Yeah.
So Hudson goes, he's, like, on the line. He's, like, big enough to be offensive line, whatever. He goes, he lands, he gets in a scramble, breaks his arm in, like, 4 different places. The screams I heard from Hudson still haunt me to this day. Like, crazy loud. And then, like, apparently, like, I didn't hear it, but he was like, can I still go to the Georgia Tech game?
Oh,
and they're like, no, dude.
No,
you're cashed.
broken.
3 months later, dude just gets his cast off. It's a dewy day, and we're playing kickball.
Dewey.
It's a dewy day, we're playing kickball in, like, PE.
Yeah.
Hudson, like, slides to first or something, slips, breaks 4 of his fingers on first base. Same screams, same haunting nightmares. Like, the dude could not, like, made of glass.
Mr. Glass.
Maybe because he's redhead.
Maybe. Seems kind of like it seems fitting.
I know. I don't know what's going on with those redhead guys, but
Made of glass.
you shouldn't play football.
What did we end up rating that
Dalton.
show?
I said 8. We said 8.5.
8.5. Yeah, Andy Dalton, he plays football.
Yeah, he's redhead. That was like the only other. That's the only person I didn't think of.
There's a guy from TCU this year. They went to the championship. Got destroyed by Georgia. But the quarterback was an absolute beast. He was redhead, and he would just absolutely put his body on the line. So he had the opposite of glass bones.
Put his body on the line.
He would just not care. Reckless.
I would
abandon.
scramble every time I was a quarterback. I would get those 5 yards, you know?
Yeah,
I'd run it.
You got to.
Yeah.
Kind of selfish not to.
Do you just like drop your wedding ring or something?
Yeah, I'll find it after the show.
Okay. I saw you messing with them, and I just saw something like fly across the room. I was like, I don't know what the hell that was.
Always.
But anyway, so to round out this show, they end up telling him, they're like, okay, they come to a resolution that the guy who was like guilty of this party is not actually guilty, and then they put Ronald on the stand.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, Ronald, guess what, bud? This wasn't a real court case. I'm not a real judge, and this is not a real jury. And then he's like, what?
Good. I'm glad you brought us back to this. The whole show, they bleep out what he says. Guy cursed a good
And then he
bit.
says F on the stand.
He
and
says
he says
effing.
F.
He says, are you effing serious?
Maybe it was like one of those like Chris Pratt said effing in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Maybe there's only a certain amount
They
of
got
effings
one
that,
effing,
and they were like,
and
that's
this
the
is the
effing
best.
that we need
That's
to
the
do.
effing
because
we
that's
need.
like, that was like the biggest effing.
Yeah, it was a good time for one. But
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked because the whole show they were bleeping it. And then
Yeah,
all
I
of a
think it
sudden
was like they bleeped it, and then they're like, we need to get Ronald on the stand saying effing because that's what this whole show was about.
Yeah.
But so he's like, are you effing kidding me? And he starts like asking all these people questions. He's like, are you even really a police officer?
There's
And the
not
girl's
a
like,
chance.
no.
Yeah.
And did you see the like video where it was like, oh, that's Cassandra's bag, and Ronald's
That was
like,
a good one.
Ronald's like,
Who's
who the hell is
Cassandra?
Cassandra? And Cassandra is the real name of somebody on the jury.
The light skinned girl.
Yeah, but then the bailiff, the black girl, says she plans it ahead, and then she gives a bag to a fake Cassandra.
They got a new actress for that, so she could be like, here you go, Cassandra, here's your bag.
Yeah, and making
Oh,
sure Ronald heard it,
Yeah.
at least like subconsciously, like, oh, okay, that was Cassandra.
The show was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
If it's, as long as it's real, then
Yeah, I think it was real.
yeah.
Ronald
But
did good.
I still feel good about my 8.7 and being the same as Guardians. It's a different thing. This is TV. This is reality TV. That's different than
I love reality TV. Like season 19 of Survivor with
you've been off on Survivor recently.
what's his name? Starts with a name.
Randall.
Randall. Is that his name?
He always slaps.
Is it Randall?
Think so.
That doesn't sound right.
Roger?
We're gonna go with Randall. Starts with an R for sure. He gave people the best television that's ever existed. Season 19 Survivor. That dude. Oh, it's Russell. Russell. And like he was in season 19, and then they brought him back for season 20 because everybody thought he got cheated, and he got cheated again. But that dude, the way he schemed, probably a 9.2 Survivor season.
Wow.
Oh, it was beautiful.
He was great.
Yeah.
What would you think James Marsden's net worth is?
Like 25 mil.
Oh, that's a really good guess. I'm going to give him 40. He was in several things. He's really
Yeah,
recognizable.
but like small movies. Sonic.
10.
10 mil? Damn, son.
Damn, James.
Yeah. I'll be worth 10 mil tomorrow. I won't.
Didn't you have another game?
Yeah. This
There's
was a
no
tough
way
game,
that
though.
guy only has 10 mil.
I mean, like, even, like, celebrities will be like, oh, like, Jesus, dude, just stop playing with it. What are you, Gollum?
Good one.
No, I'm married to Taylor. Anyway.
Oh, by the way, Mona says hey.
Hey, Mona.
I wanted to wait till I had you on here so I could have proof that I did in fact say hey when someone says hey, tell them hey, and I'm just like yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
Yeah.
Hey, tell your dad I said what's up, and I'm like, I'll get to that.
Yeah, but this time I remember and even told you.
There's been so many people that told me to tell Dad, hey.
Yeah, Dad. By the way, a lot of people have told you hey.
Yo, for the last 26 years, people have been telling me to
Tell you hey, and I just haven't done it. Mom, you too. Tell your parents I say hey. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Tell your parents I said hey.
How often
That
you-
should be the comeback.
Yeah.
Tell your parents I said hey.
Now you have something to do too. You happy?
Dick.
It's in the back of my head like, oh God, when I see my parents, I gotta remember.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Mr.
So-and-so.
says hey.
Yeah, he said he knew you from a thing.
You tell your parents I said hey, then text me that you did it, and then I will tell my parents you said hey.
You know what? Let's just do it right now. That's what we should do. And then just FaceTime Dad.
Tell me,
Hey, Dad.
Hey, you want to tell me?
This guy's got something to say to you. I thought that should all be
my
resolved.
dad. You said.
What did you have to say?
Tell him hey.
Hey, Jay. Hey. All right. I'm going home. All right, so this is called 12 Detective Riddles Only the Smartest People Can Solve.
Easy. I'm one of those.
Yep. This one's called Empty Cell Mystery.
How long are these riddles?
3 sentences.
Oh wow. Okay.
Andy is put into a cell with a dirt floor and only one window. The window is too high for him to reach. The only thing in the cell is a shovel. He won't be able to get any food or water and only has 2 days to escape before he'll die. Andy can't dig a tunnel because it will take him much longer than 2 days to do it. How will Andy escape from the cell?
Oh, that's like hard to follow.
Yeah, it's tough.
What I would do, I mean, it's me.
Okay.
I stick the shovel in the window, and then I turn sideways, and then I pull myself up.
But it's a barred window.
Wouldn't that be easier for, like, you can't fit out of it?
Yeah, you pull yourself up to the window, but you couldn't get out of it. But the solution isn't much better than what you just gave.
It isn't much better?
No.
All right. Read it one more time.
Andy is put into a cell with a dirt floor and only one window. The window is too high for him to reach. The only thing in the cell is a shovel. He won't be able to get any food or water and only has 2 days to escape or he'll die. And can't dig a tunnel because it'll take way too long for him to do it. How will Andy escape?
Well, what's the point of the window? Because what I'm going to say is he doesn't dig a tunnel, but he digs a mound that makes him reach
That's the answer.
window. Okay.
Good job.
But you said he couldn't get out of the window.
Once he gets up there, he's gonna.
He's going to figure it out.
Hey, I like your shovel idea too, but I just don't know how it works with the window. I mean, look at the picture. It shows you what the picture looks like. You can show the camera too if you want.
How the hell is he going to get out of that? You know?
Yeah, like it's still a
But
barred
this is
window.
still what I was imagining. You turn the shovel in sideways.
Yeah, and then flip it up
Flip
and
it,
climb up like
yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah, that was good.
So I can get you up to that window, but once you get up there, Andy.
Hell, I think like your weight against it might just break the bars.
But if it does that, then I fell back down and I'm screwed again.
No, but then you just climb out the window.
Okay, I guess once you get up there, you just beat the shit out of it with the shovel. Or you do ancient Chinese secret from Shanghai.
Oh yeah.
You pee on your shirt.
Yeah.
And
that was so great. I love that movie.
Everything Jackie Chan is great.
Honestly. We need to watch some of his old ones where it's like Jackie Chan actually being
After we do the top 100 and we need another thing, we'll just do like
Jackie Chan?
Jackie Chan's movies.
James Morrison. That's not his name. Who's James
Marsden?
Morrison?
James Morrison's a singer.
Okay.
Great singer.
All right. Poisonous drinks.
Yep, that's right.
Marissa and Juliana went out for drinks together. They ordered the same drink. Juliana was really thirsty and finished 5 in the same time Marissa finished 1. The drinks were poisoned, but only Marissa died. How?
Which one? The one who drank 1 died?
Yeah.
How'd she die? Because
the drinks were poisoned.
Wow.
Juliana drank 5. All drinks were poisoned. What could it be?
What defines something as poison? Could it be poison with the antidote?
No.
So you
It's,
can't drink-
it's straight poison.
It's the same thing. Poison.
Yeah.
Poison.
It's poison.
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 Poison. Remind you of?
It
Poison.
reminds me of like freaking Vanilla Ice or something.
Ah. No. Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, okay.
Poison. Cusco poison.
Poison. The poison Cusco. The Cusco poison. Yeah, that's a funny one.
That's a good movie.
Do you want to hear it again?
Yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to get this one. But yeah, let me hear it one more time.
All right. Marissa and Juliana went out for drinks together. They ordered the same drink. Juliana was really thirsty and finished 5 in the time it took Marissa to finish 1.
Uh-huh.
So it took Marissa a long time to finish that drink.
Mm-hmm.
The drinks were poisoned, but only Marissa died. How? The poison was in the ice.
Ah,
Marissa
poison
let
ice.
The
The ice.
The poison ice.
Poison.
The ice that was poisoned to poison Marissa.
That's good. That's a good one.
All right, how many? There's 12 of these, and we don't need to do all 12.
Yeah, just give me at least one more. I'm having fun.
All right. I'm just going to do a random one.
All right, let's hear it.
Love at a funeral.
Love it.
A girl is at a funeral of her mother's. She meets a nice guy that she didn't know who also was at the funeral, and they hit it off. Oh, this sounds like some
God.
sister
Oh,
shit.
God. Yeah, I hate this.
I'm grossed out.
Ugh.
She was busy at the funeral and didn't have time to ask for his number before he left. She tried really hard to track him down, but no one knew who he was or how to contact him. A few days later, her sister dies, and the police suspect it to be a murder. Who killed her sister? The shit? Did I read this wrong?
Okay.
Let me see the answer.
Wait. Is the guy like the guy killed, or maybe she killed her sister because the guy's like her sister's husband or boyfriend or something?
I just read the resolution. All right. We're going to read it again.
All right.
A girl is at the funeral of her mother. She meets a nice guy that she didn't know who also was at the funeral, and they hit it off. She was busy at the funeral and didn't have time to ask for his number before he left. She tried really hard to track him down, but no one knew who he was or how to contact him. A few days later, her sister dies, and the police suspect it to be a murderer. Who killed her sister?
I'm assuming she killed her own sister.
Yeah, she killed her sister.
And is it because while she was busy, her sister was hitting it off with her?
No, she was hoping that if someone else in her family died, the man she met at
You
her...
know what? I've heard this one before.
Oh, really?
That he'll show back up because it's another family funeral.
Yeah.
Wow, bold move, girl.
For sure. Another one?
Yeah. Another one bites the dust. Having fun.
Nicole went to the police to report that someone had stolen her vintage ring. When the police got to her house, they noticed that the window was broken, there was a total mess inside, and there were dirty footprints on the carpet. but there were no other signs of a break-in. The next day, the police arrested Nicole for fraud. Why?
Glass was on the outside.
That's what I was thinking too. As soon as the police got to the crime scene, they knew that Nicole has most likely staged the break-in. The glass was broken in the window on the other side. Yeah.
That was an
easy peasy lemon squeeze. Mm-hmm. Thief at sea. Oh no, this is way too much reading.
Yeah, do another.
Shit.
Wow, that's a long one.
All right, this one's called Poisonous Pills. I hope it's not like the poisonous drink. The pills sat for too long. A serial killer kidnapped 5 different people and sat them down each with 2 pills in their hand and a glass of water. He told them each to take 1 pill but warned them that one was poisonous and the other was harmless. Whichever pill the victim didn't take, the serial killer would take. Every victim somehow chose the poisonous pill and died. How did the serial killer get them all to take the poisonous pill? Oh, I think like one was poison, one was the antidote, but him taking I guess it would just nullify it. But some people would end up taking the antidote, so I don't know how that would make sense.
I wonder if they were just all poison.
And he just had the antidote?
Yeah. Maybe he lied, just said, one of these is not poison.
That's funny. The answer is pretty funny. Neither of the pills were poisonous. The poison was in the water that all the victims used to swallow their pill. That guy is funny. As serial killers go.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a jokester right there.
Yeah, you can end on that one.
Listen, guys, you got a 50-50. I'll let you out.
Just take one of those pills.
But I take pills without water.
Oh, you don't.
I just build up enough saliva and then swallow the pill.
Out of choice, or you just do that because you can? Like
I can't.
Yeah. So if there's water there, you're drinking and you're poisoning yourself.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But maybe. Maybe I would have made it out of there. What if he was like, yo.
What do you do?
Take that with water. Then I would have been like, hold up, my guy. Is there poison in this water? All right, well, that seems like the end, right?
Good show.
All right, good show, great show. Love being a detective.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Play us out.
I like doing this at the end.
Maybe the end should be us chatting over it, though, too.
That was fun. What are you going to do later?
I'm going to get home and post the pod.
You got dinner already?
Oh, yeah. How about you?
I haven't eaten.
Are you going to eat?
I got sushi.
Oh, yeah. Sushi picked
Yeah, I
out.
already got it set up.
Oh, that's clutch. What did you think about the pod? Me too. It was a fun pod.